Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Arisa Sofia binti Zaharuddin and my matrix number is 2022620422 and I'm from RAS 1201Q. Today I'm going to talk about code subject CHM131, which is chapter 1, atoms, molecules, ions and chemical equation. Let's check out our lesson for today. Everything that we learn, there must be an objective, which is at the end of this lesson, we can define element, compound, atom, molecule and ion. State the names of formulas of element, molecule and compound. Lastly, define proton number, nuclear number and isotope. What is atom? Atoms are much too small to be seen, hence experiments to find out their structure and behavior must be conducted with a large number of them. So, here's example of element of atom. Next, everyone must be curious about size of an atom. So let's see the size of it. The size of an atom is extremely small, smaller than our imagination. A layer of an atom as thick as a thin sheet of paper is formed when more than millions of atoms are stacked together. It is impossible to measure the size of an isolated atom because it is difficult to locate the position of electrons surrounding the nucleus. However, the size of an atom can be estimated by assuming that the distance between adjacent atom is equal to half radius of atom. Atomic radius is generally measured in nanometers. In generally, atoms consist of three fundamental types of particles: protons, electrons, and neutrons. Neutrons and protons are approximately the same mass, and in contrast to this the mass of an electron is negligible. A proton carries a positive charge. A neutron has no charge, neutral, and an electron is negatively charged. So, if you see this in this slide, which is a proton, a negative charge, proton is positive charge, and the green one, which is neutral, is neutron. So I have do some research about atom, which is who discovered atoms. This is story about atom. On time like 400 BC, there is scientist called Democritus, was a Greek philosopher who was the first person to use term atom. He thought that if you take a piece of matter and divide it and continue to divide it, you will eventually come to a point where you cannot divide it anymore. This fundamental or basic unit was the Democritus called an atom. He called this the theory of the universe. All matter consists of atoms, which are bits of matter too small to be seen. There is an empty space between atom and completely solid atom. Have no internal structure no internal structure. Each atom of different substance is different in size, weight and shape. So, in 1890s, scientist named J.J. Thomson was a physicist who is credited for discovering the electron. He used his research on cathode ray tube technology in this discovery, which is in a cathode ray tube discovery, he found how how electron was created. J.J. Thomson continued to discover about the electron, most importantly about the charge. So he discovered another things about what an atom looks like, which is the namely of this discover is Thomson atomic model. So these are the key points of the Thomson atomic model. The first one is because of its design, this model is known as a plum puddle model. Number 2, each atom is sphere filled with a positively charged fluid. This resembles the sticky jam part of a pudding. Number 3, corpuscles, later called electrons, are the negatively charged particles suspended in this field. This resembles of lumps of puddings. Number 4, unfortunately, he did not predict the movement of this electron. Let's move on to the next subtopic, which is atomic number, mass number, and isotope. So, what is atomic number? Atomic number or nuclear charge number, symbol Z, of the chemical elements is the charge number of an atomic nucleus. For the ordinary nuclei, it is equal to proton NP, or the number of protons found in the nucleus of every atom of that element. The atomic number can be used in inequally identify ordinary chemical elements. In an ordinary uncharged atom, the atomic number is also equal to the number of electrons. The example for us to know the atomic number is the image. So number 8 is the atomic number. The O is element symbol, and this number of 15.999 is the atomic mass. So this is more example about the elements and the atomic mass. For example, the carbon have 12 atomic mass, and the sodium have 23 atomic mass. In chemistry, periodic table of element was the very important things to remember. So, don't you curious about the periodic table? How to read the table? What is the element of in the table, in the periodic table? So you have been curious about it. So let's check it out. So this is how we read the periodic table. Number 1, read the periodic table from the top left to the bottom right. Number 2, observe each element contains one proton than its predecessor. Number 3, organize group which share physical and chemical properties. So, did you notice why the gap exists in the table? Although elements are ordered based on their atomic number, they are also arranged into the groups and the families that share the same physical chemical properties. This helps you better understand how each element behaves. Since the elements don't always fall neatly into grouping, as their increased number, the periodic table contains gaps. For example, the first 3 rows have the gaps as the transition metals don't appear on the table until the atomic 21. Similarly, elements 57 and 71, which are the rare earth elements, are usually pictured as subset as a subset at the bottom right of the table. The next one is each row called a period. All the elements in period have the same number of atomic orbital, which is where the electron go. The number of orbital will match the number of the period. There are the 7 row, meaning there are the 7 period. For example, the element in period 1 have 1 orbital, while the element in period 7 have 7 orbital. For more, distinguish between metals, semi-metals, and non-metals. Keep in mind that hydrogen can be grouped with either the halogens or the alkali metals because of its properties. So it may appear in either sides of table or may be colored differently. Elements are chemically the simplest substances and hence cannot be broken down using the chemical reaction. Elements can only be charged into other elements using nuclear methods. There are 180 elements in periodic table. What is isotope? Isotope can be defined as the variant of chemical element that possesses the same number of proton and electron, but a different number of neutrons. Next, what is molecule? Molecule, the smallest particle of substance that has all the physical and chemical properties of the substance. Molecules are made of one or more atoms. What is compound? In chemistry, a compound is a substance made up of two or more different chemical elements combined in a fixed ratio. When the elements come together, they react with each other and form a chemical bond that are difficult to break. These bonds form as a result of sharing or exchanging electrons between atoms. Lastly, ion. What is ion? Ion compounds composed of metal and non-metals contains charged species. These charged particles or species are known as ion. There are two types of ion, cation and anion. Cation are positive charge and anion are negative charge. Example of an ion is NaCl. I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Bye.